Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm sharing a super useful workflow for relighting images using ComfUI. Let's jump right in. First, check out these before and after examples. See how it adds super realistic shadows while keeping the person's face perfectly clear? Pretty neat, right? And it's not just for people, it works great for product shots too. Okay, let's talk about how this works. The magic ingredient is a special LoRA model. You can grab it from Hugging Face. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you find this helpful, give that like button some love to support the creator. For working directly with them, their Discord group is the place to go. The creators page has demo images and suggests using a basic Qwen edit workflow for relighting. But honestly, I found that the basic workflow just wasn't enough for what we need. Let me show you why in ComfUI. By the way, you can also find this LoRA on Running Hub, the ComfUI cloud platform I'm using. If you use that platform too, just search for Qwen edit to find it. Look at this output image from the basic workflow. Notice the text on the jar label changed, and the jar itself moved position. Fixing that text afterwards is really tricky. That's exactly why I built this custom workflow to solve these problems. Now check out the final output using my workflow. See how her shadow on the ground? It comes from exactly the right angle and perfectly matches her body shape. Her face and wedding dress now have stronger light and dark areas, but all the fine details are still perfectly sharp. Let me walk you through how these nodes work together. Starting with the first group. I'm using the Qwen Edit model version 2509, hoping for an update soon. The Lightning LoRA is the 8-step version. I feel it does a better job following your instructions, and this is the specific Relighting LoRA. Moving to the next group. We know one downside of Qwen Edit is that images can shift slightly from the original. If details get lost during relighting, recovering them is tough. That's why I use this Inpaint crop node. It crops our input image to 1024 by 1024, which helps avoid that shifting problem. Our original image here is 1056 by 1400 and needs relighting. For example, adding realistic shadows of the woman on the floor. Remember, this woman was actually cut out from another photo and placed onto this background. The original background had another person, so I used a different workflow to remove them. I shared that free workflow on Reddit. Links in the description if you want it. So, the Inpaint crop node trims some pixels and adds others to make a square image. The gray area you see here, that's where I painted my mask in the mask editor. This preview shows the area that will actually get relit. The relit pixels will fill this gray spot later in the final group. I included part of the ground here so the woman's shadow can be generated correctly. The next group handles the inpainting. Your prompt here is super important. Start with the word relight, then describe the lighting effect you want. Here I asked for window light to illuminate her body and cast a long shadow on the ground. Experiment with different words to get your desired look. Sometimes the first result might not be perfect. No worries, just click Menu Random C to generate more options and pick your favorite. Now look at the output from this group. We've got nice relighting effects now, but you might notice some detail loss and slightly lower image quality. That's why we do a second pass in the next group for repainting. After the second pass, check it out. much sharper details. The final group does two key things. First, it puts those related pixels back onto our original image. Now we have good quality and lighting, but some original details might have changed. So secondly, I use this frequency detail restore node to bring back some of those original fine details. You can tweak these settings to control how much the new details blend with the original ones. If you ever done skin retouching in Photoshop using frequency separation, these controls will feel familiar. If that sounds new to you, there are great YouTube tutorials explaining the technique, worth checking out. Want to download this exact workflow? Join our community. Your support helps me keep building more high-quality workflows like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.